the fog that never sleeps. Lara arrived in Greyhaven just as the sun dipped below the horizon, casting long shadows that were quickly swallowed by an encroaching fog. The town was quieter than she expected, its streets empty except for the occasional flicker of a lantern behind shuttered windows. The air smelled damp and cold, thick with the scent of salt and something faintly metallic. She clutched her notebook tightly, hoping the strange atmosphere would spark the inspiration she desperately sought. Yet, as she wandered deeper into the mist, a subtle unease crept over her, as if the fog itself was watching, waiting. That night, Elara's room felt colder than the ocean breeze outside, the fog pressing against the window like a living thing. She stared into the swirling gray, certain she could hear faint whispers just beyond comprehension. The words slipped through her mind like water, teasing but never quite clear. Sleep was elusive, her thoughts tangled between reality and something darker lurking beneath the surface of the fog. She resolved to explore the town more at dawn, hoping daylight would dissolve the creeping dread that clung to her skin. Morning brought no relief. The fog lingered stubbornly, swallowing the town in a gray shroud that blurred edges and softened sounds. Elara wandered through the streets, her footsteps muffled, her breath visible in the chill air. The locals moved like ghosts themselves, their faces etched with quiet resignation. At the library, she found a dusty tome detailing Greyhaven's history, tales of a shipwreck centuries ago, and a curse said to bind the fog to the town forever. Each page seemed to thicken the air around her, as if the past breathed alongside her in the mist. As days passed, the fog grew thicker, swallowing sound and light with increasing hunger. Elara began to see shapes moving just beyond sight, shadowy figures that vanished when she turned. At night, the whispers became voices, eerily familiar yet impossible to place. She found herself retracing steps she didn't remember taking, waking in places she had no memory of reaching. The town's quiet desperation seemed to seep into her bones. She questioned her own mind. Was the fog unraveling her? Or was she uncovering a truth too terrible to face? One evening, drawn by a whisper that sounded like her own name, Elara followed the fog to the cliffs overlooking the sea. The waves crashed silently below, swallowed by mist. There, she found an old lantern flickering dimly, suspended in the haze though no hand held it. The voices surrounded her, a chorus of lost souls trapped between worlds, pleading in echoes that twisted her thoughts. The fog seemed endless, a prison with no walls, and Elara realized the curse was not just on the town, but now on her too. The fog never sleeps, and neither would she. Days blurred into nights without distinction, the fog wrapping tighter like a shroud. Elara's notebook filled with fragmented words and sketches of shadowy forms, her grip on reality slipping like sand through her fingers. Visitors were rare, and those who came left quickly, their eyes hollow with unspoken fear. The town's secret remained buried beneath layers of mist and memory, and Elara's story became part of the endless fog, an echo in a place that never wakes, where the line between the living and the lost dissolves into gray. And in the silence, the fog whispered on.